Hello, everybody. My name is Dion Morales, your host of the Gold Squadron podcast, and we're coming to you live from round 3 of the Nova Open X-Wing World Qualifier. Super excited to be here. Super excited to have functioning equipment. Again, hopefully we don't have any of the issues that we had last turn, but if you have any wood near you, go ahead, give us a couple knocks, knock on wood to see what happened. We replaced a couple of parts. We tested the hyperdrive, and I think we should be smooth going for now. In this game, we have William Hayes versus Mark Fogel. We are playing Assault at the Satellite Array, the area control scenario. Let's start by breaking down Mark Fogel's list. So we have Luke Skywalker. Which one is it? It looks like it is the Battle of Yavin. Luke Skywalker standardized loadout 1. Watch out for that attack speed. Then we have Garvin Dreas in the ARC 170, a pilot we haven't really seen much of lately. Doing some work here. After you spend a focus token, you may choose one friendly ship at range 1 to 3. That ship gains a focus. Also got Hopeful and Veteran Tail Gunner out there for some potential bonus attacks out the back arc after shooting out of the front. We have Bodica. Bodica, after another friendly ship defends, if you are not depleted, you may perform a bonus attack, a bonus primary attack against the attacker. If you do, after performing that attack, gain 1 deplete. Decked out with standard Mandalorian gear, Beskar plating, Mando optics, clan training. We'll go over those as needed. And then rounding out the list, we got a couple of A-Wings. We have Hera Syndulla, the token passer extraordinaire, and Wedge Antilles as well. While you perform a primary attack, if the defender is in your front arc, the defender rolls 1 fewer defense dice. Then on the other side, we have some pilots you've definitely heard of, and one that there's a good chance you haven't heard of, because when the player said, "I'm playing this pilot," I was like, "Who? What are you saying?" Like, I didn't understand the sounds coming out of his mouth. This is William Hayes. We got Quick Draw. If she takes damage, when she loses shield, she's able to perform bonus attacks. Lieutenant Lehuse, while you perform an attack, you may spend another friendly ship's lock on the defender to re-roll any number of your attack dice. So those are your 2 TIE SFs. Then I'm going to actually save that one for last. We got Kylo Ren in the TIE Whisper, decked out with advanced optics, fanatical, cluster missiles, instinctive aim, and that, of course, that enhanced jamming suite. Then Malaris, the glitter stem expert. At the start of the engagement phase, spend the charge and gain a stress to turn all of those focus results into favorable results, hits and evades for that turn. Also got Mag Pulse Missile, really good tool in the FO toolkit out there, especially when you're playing salvage mission. And then the one that I had never heard of, Lynn Gava, a newer FO pilot, and it says, during setup, after placing forces, assign the primed for speed condition to yourself and up to 2 other friendly TIE FO or TIE SF fighters that have no modification upgrades. All right, and by the way, this William Hayes is the Galactic Champion semifinalist. William Hayes, you'll see that he has those Galactic Championship golden templates. Only 4 sets of those were given out. Pretty solid, pretty solid. Now, what is primed for speed? All right, primed for speed. Let me go ahead and and bring that up. Our card browser here doesn't have those cards here. But primed for speed says, add a white slam action to your action bar. That's huge. Absolutely huge. And then after you perform a slam action, you must suffer 1 damage to remove 1 disarm token. So you have to do that. There's no choice. Do you see the cheekiness here? Quick Draw can choose to slam, suffer a damage because of doing so, and trigger her ability in order to perform a bonus attack if that damage ends up ripping off a shield. It is hilarious. It is hilarious, and I am looking forward to seeing if she can pull it off. Should be a good time. Now, if you're looking at the screen trying to figure out which one is Quick Draw has the yellow arc indicator. I know it's very, very small, but Quick Draw is the TIE SF all the way at the top of the board. All the way at the top. So let's go ahead and let's pay out the bets from last game before I forget. So that game was won by player 1. Oh, no, that was supposed to be player 2. Rigged. Rigged. All right, here we go. Anyway, for this game, it's time for you to choose your champion. If I accidentally zeroed you out, I'm sorry. I'm going to go ahead and give out some free points for everybody who's here right now. Add points to all viewers. You're here. Let's, you know what? We have to give away, you bet 10,000 points at a time. Let's give away 10,000. All right, so you should see 10,000 GSP imaginary money points jump into your account any moment now. You should have 10,000 to spare on the next amazing bet. Bets will be open for about 8 minutes, and they open when they open and they close when they close. It's all for funsies. You're welcome, Paul. Snaggletooth says, I just had to look up Lingava because I just got here. It's cheeky. It is very cheeky. I am that Dave. Yes, I fully admit that I completely screwed that up. And I have awarded 10,000 points to everybody for my mistake. Does that fix the economy? No. The points economy, but no. But I did something. I tried. 1 forward here from Garvin Andreas. Paul, hopefully we see you here next week, next year. Paul Stryker. So this is the second turn of play. Let's go ahead and update that. Which means that we can start collecting objective points. Mark is doing a good job of controlling the center with 2 ships. And he's got 1 on each corner. We'll see how William responds. When is, Typo is asking, when is Worlds? At Adepticon. So if you look up the Adepticon dates, you can go ahead, do it now. Adepticon 2023 dates. March 22nd to the 26th is the full convention. So I would expect the actual World Championship to go something like, let's see, March 22nd to the 25th. Yeah, I mean, that's what I would expect. Teacher life means it's a solid maybe. I mean, it's true. Oh, here's the boost. Kylo getting aggressive, saying, you know what? I might not be able to get objective points, but I can try to get ahead in the pew-pew race. All right, we have, that's LaHughes Up there at the top, LaHughes and Quick Draw hanging out together. And remember, you, Chad, are my co-commentator, so feel free. You know, if I have a question, I'm gonna bounce it off y'all. Or if there's a certain topic you guys want to hit when we get to each different phase, feel free to throw it in the chat. If it works, I'll pick it up. Let's have that conversation. Caliana in the chat, dropping 3 subs. Thank you so much, my friend. What are their records? This is our undefeated table, actually. I mean, I'm not going to say I'm surprised because I don't want to disrespect these guys, but what I want to say is that these are lists that I would not have expected to be at the top table, which is always fun. I think the only, like, meta piece in this list is Luke Skywalker. Like, meta as in, like, well-known, lots of high volume of it being played. Kylo, is Kylo Whisperer really a meta piece, though? Like, it's not something we see as often as, like, a Han or a Vader. Like, those, the pieces that are brought in that volume, I guess is what I'm saying. They're good. Is Bodica really, she's been pretty popular? Maybe that's just something I've missed. I've definitely heard the name. In FO, if you aren't bringing Kylo, it feels weird. I can see that. We had Kylo in the TIE Silencer yesterday. The only things really weird here are Lynn and Garvin. Fair. Would you agree that they're in different tiers of popularity? Luke is kind of in its own tier, followed by everything else except Lynn and Garvin, and then Lynn and Garvin are in another tier. Anyway. We're in engagement now. Checking to see if Luke has arc. So Wedge did take 2 damage in that opening shot. All right, here comes a Proton Torpedo. Using Hera's lock here. He uses a force. Only has 2 crits going into Kylo Ren. Spends the force. No damage. All right, another shot into Wedge. See if you can clear that pesky little A-Wing off the board. Quick draws lock using LaHugh's ability. Spends it for 3. And blank out. Wedge gone in the opening engagement. This is turn 2, folks. The question is, I mean, it looks like luckily Bodica may still be in range of that objective token on the bottom. But still losing the ship is huge. This is going into Luke. Single hit and safe. Betting has officially closed now. Well timed. Good job, computer. Waiting for our next attack. Did Garvin shoot yet? No, it's Malaris' turn. Waiting for a target. And William double checking what the equipment on Bodica are. And here we go, hit, crit. So this was a Magpulse Warhead. There we go, marksmanship on this shot for Mark. Spends for 2 crits. That's Bodica going into Malaris. And safe after spending it. Luke did end up taking a shield earlier with the Magpulse Warhead, which is why he has the deplete. And another shot heading back. And yeah, that was Malaris using her ability, so no damage there. So actually, yeah, Malaris was clean on that shot. Just didn't. So the First Order has not actually taken any damage whatsoever. Woo. So opening engagement, pretty solid for William. And we're going to go ahead and add up some of those points. Objective points, it looks like, according to what they have on their scoreboard, we have a score of 5 for William, so scoring 2 objective points. And Mark has a total of 2 objective points. As we're hanging out here, I want to remind you that we will be live tomorrow with the final 4 rounds of the tournament. So this would be combined Swiss round number 6 and 7, followed by a top 4 cut. So then at that point, there will be only a couple of games going at the top 4. We should be done pretty early. 6-2. They have 5-2 that I give. 1 too many. The scenario points not do the thing. Did Wedge is dead? I thought I clicked this. Oh, I clicked reset. Is that what happened? Five to 2. That's the score they have. This just in, my middle child is evil. So y'all, I gotta head out. Ciao, ciao. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. That's why you gotta have kids, man. At 1, 2, or 4. You just skip over 3. If you got a third one, just go for number 4. I mean, at that point, you're already outnumbered, so it almost doesn't matter. According to them, it didn't. We're going to go ahead and trust the players. not a judge here. All right, let's get movement going here. Looks like the plan over there for Lin Gava is just to hang out. So if you ever heard the expression objective monkey, it looks like Lin Gava is the objective monkey in this list, while also providing that really cool ability of the slam. Something that needs to always be taken into account. Or if you know, a slam can be quite unpredictable. Maybe it's easier to just ignore it, and when it happens, you deal with it as it comes. Because there is something to be said for overreacting to the possible, the possibility of something happening. Chamalaya says Rebels basically running it into mid while getting flanked on both ends doesn't look good. You guys are silly. All right. Here's our next reveal. We're going to be removing the stress from Commander Malrus so that she has her ability available and is stress-free for an action. Jeremy, you're being ridiculous. All right, Sevwall. Hard one here with Lieutenant LaHughes. Has that pattern analyzer. Could come in handy later on. And checking for target lock. It looks like we have that target lock on. Or are we? Yeah, we're not engaging yet. Yeah, target lock. Oh, you're right, guys. The one heart on the SF is red. So able to use that panel analyzer now, as well as people are saying the ability, excuse me. Did anyone say my name? I got target locked. All right, Kylo, zoom in here and prioritizing the Proud Tradition. That's the one we're talking about. Prioritizing the objective. So looks like, did he end up clicking that rock? Is that what that roll was for? Help me out, guys. I looked away for a second. Did we get a collision with a rock for Hera? Oh no. Oh no. It was an eyeball though. All right, so just a shield. Ouch. So Quick Draw has some decisions to make. He might be debating slamming right here. Slamming, the slam and slap. The slam and slap. Are we going to get it? Harris got no action. Yeah, no Tokahara is good. All right, leaning towards a target lock. People are saying to lock. Some want slamma-jams. Looks like the idea was to lock. Here's a shot, one hit. After he rolled the dice, he's checking arc for potentially an ability. Target lock, one of each, and no damage. Initiative 5. Starting with Luke, range 3 into Kylo. Let's go. Because of the deplete, it's only 2 dice. Fives on the other side. Concussion missile into Luke coming in. 3 dice. And spending for 2. And this is from Kylo out the back arc. Natties, no damage. William saying at the table that he's been missing those concussion missiles quite a bit. But still in good spirits. All right, full string. One squiggle, 2 shields. Garvin down to 1 shield. Range 1 coming in from the FO. Blank out. Here comes. Spending for 3. Bodica trying to do some work here. And safe. Kylo's got no more force. We'll regen 1 at the end of the turn. Next shot coming in. Trail mix. 1 of each. Garvin into LaHughes, passes it over to Hera. Takes 1 damage on LaHughes. All right, look at that scenario scoring is going to be 3-1 on that. 8-3. That's the score I have. 8-3. Yep, that is accurate. Excellent. As you're watching this live coverage of the X-Wing World Qualifier here at Nova Open, want to say thank you to the Nova Open staff. You guys know that we were having technical difficulties last round. We're all up and running. Everything's working amazingly. Thank you to our patrons for helping us buy all of this equipment. It really would not have been possible without you I know I started it with my own money, but without you, I would not have been able to create everything that is here. So thank you if you've been a part of that, whether you've given a single Twitch sub or you have been a patron for years, which I know there are some of you out there. Thank you so much. And it is amazing to be able to still be doing this at this point, 7 years after starting the podcast. The podcast started in April of 2016. Or power strips, yes. I remember that day. Saved by Gordon. Otherwise, we were going to run to the hardware store. Gordon said, I got you. I still have that power strip, Gordon. It's since been retired from active use just because it doesn't have, like, the plug layout we need is a little different. Good Lord, why? It's part of my backup sets. Gotta have backup stuff just in case things go down. Like today, our capture card decided to apparently just cause all the problems. So I cut it out. I said, nope, I'm putting you away. You go in timeout. We'll investigate you later. Why are you being weird? You go in timeout. We'll replace you with another one. Next big event that we'll be at, I believe, is the Golden State Games World Qualifier. Is that right? You guys might know my schedule better than I do. I need to pull up Discord. Are you coming to PAX Unplugged this year? So we are not allowed to bring all of our equipment into PAX Unplugged due to rules, but we are working on finding a creative solution to still bring you a stream at that event. Stay tuned. Okay, so just stay tuned. If there just so happens to be a PAX Unplugged World Qualifier stream, your job is just to not ask any questions. 3 hits. All right, looks like Kylo got set up with the target lock. Here we go. We're just doing that do-si-do with Lynn over there. Lynn Gava. Is Garvin zooming over there? Monty's Delight says, can't wait to see you guys in San Francisco. Yeah, Will and James will be covering that one. They'll be covering that one. They'll also be covering the Las Vegas Open. I will be at the St. Laurent Open. I'll be flying solo for that one as well. It'll be a good time. Where's Lincoln? What? Are you just trolling, Chambalaya? Bodica takes a hard turn there, trying to threaten Kylo Ren. Mitch's dog. Fair. Oh, Monty's Delight is Mitch Hurst. Got it. This makes sense now. All of this makes sense. All right. Barrel roll from Luke Skywalker, trying to get in a position to maybe be there to cut off Kylo if he comes around to the top eventually. So we'll see if that bottom right objective ends up being contested or not. But here comes Commander Malris getting in the grill of Luke Skywalker, but I don't know if she'll have a shot. That's going to be close. That's probably a judge call. Throws down the evade. And I believe LaHuse has used both of her charges. Actually, might have one left. Waiting for the response here. All right, gonna go for the boost. Is that enough to get out of Bodica's arc? That is the question. And rotate. Looks like the plan is to try to take some shots on the Hera. And we're zooming now with Lieutenant LaHuse. Again, we're playing Assault at the Satellite Array, so we're fighting for control. Ooh, we're slamming jamming. That means LaHuse will take a damage there. So -1 shield. Yeah, down to 1 shield on LaHuse. And we'll see if that ends up getting him close enough for that assault check at the end. Here's Hera following closely behind Garvin for that focus engine. And takes a focus. And quick draw. Turning in. Doesn't hit the rock. That's good. So we'll have control of that objective in the top right corner. What's interesting is William really is not focused on too much offense here. He's taking it as it comes. If he gets a good shot, he's going to take it, but not over pursuing. Of course, it does help the fact that he was able to get Wedge off the board last turn, opening up just enough room to make his decisions maybe a little bit easier without having that ship in the way. All right, here we go. We're moving into the attack phase. Quick draw into Hera. 2 dice. Spend, take 1. This is out of the back. Shields are down on Hera Syndulla. Oh, Malris forgot to activate the ability. Big range 1, probably dumps the force for 4. William probably hoping not to roll any focuses. Spend to evade, takes hit crit. And it is a damage sensor array. And there's a crit token. Not. What's Kylo gonna do? Come on. The Supreme Leader. Instinctive aim here from Kylo. Concussion missile. Only one hit and doesn't have any force to back it up. One squiggle, that'll be enough. Other 5 going into Bodica. Obstructed, potentially. Yes. And whiffs on that. Commander Malorus unable to deliver damage. Now going into Luke. This is LaHuse. Range 1. Spends the lock. Looking for the full string. Gonna get it after spending 4. That's 4 hits. Looking at Luke Skywalker. Shielding a card. 2 cards. All hits. Oof. Luke got smacked so hard he forgot to pick up his power converters. Let's go. And he was able to get out of arc, so Bodica's not going to be getting a shot. Garvin has a shot out the back, couple of choices. Going to choose Malorus, especially because she did not activate her ability this turn. Was able to get 2 hits. And saved by the dice. All right, just doing some cleanup, and we are back to dials. So they're racking up. They're saying 3-1. 3-1 on the board for objectives. Have a score of 11-4. 11-4. William has officially hit what the community likes to call the high ground. Dubbed by Daniel Leon, was my understanding he was the person to come up with the high ground theory. Pretty much the first player to get to 11 wins the game. That's not the actual rule. It's actually 20. But if you reach there, your percentage chance of winning is pretty high. Hopefully everybody's doing well today. Looking forward to seeing more and more people at these events as these conventions get ramped up. The space here for the Nova Open is awesome. If you were interested in playing X-Wing here next year, I highly suggest it. The convention is for charity. And, of course, it's just great to see fellow X-Wing players. If you've never played at a convention-style event, it is a great time. Lots of competitive X-Wing. And it's one of those where you really get to lock in your competitive side, or just your love for the game, right? You get to play, 5, sometimes 6 games in a row, and the day is about X-Wing, as well as, meeting new friends, starting to create new relationships, and having new experiences. Because once X-Wing is done, hey, it's time to make some friends, go get some food, play some late-night board games, and do it all again the next day. Maybe you have an opportunity to try out some new games you've never done before. One of my locals was calling learning tournaments learnaments, which is fun. And a lot of times at places, those are either really, really cheap to participate in or free. Want to just maybe learn how to play certain board games. It's a good time. So I'm thinking, what United States-wise, let's say North America-wise, the upcoming, I'm trying to think of all the upcoming world qualifiers that exist. We have Golden State Games. We have the LVO, which is the last one. We have St. Laurent Open. I'm missing one. Well, we have PAX Unplugged. Philadelphia. That's 4. Is that the last 4 for the year? Help me out, folks. I'm just talking about North America. I know that our friends in Europe definitely have some as well. Golden State Games. I did mention that one. So that still leaves us at 4 in the U.S. And I think I heard whispers that there may be another Canadian one on the opposite side of Canada. I'm not sure if that's still coming to fruition. I know that was a goal, at least. Ah, there you go, Vancouver in November. So, yeah, we will be at as many of those final world qualifiers going into January, because my understanding is that LVO is essentially the cutoff for Worlds invites. We're planning on being at as many of those as possible. And how many World invites are we giving away? I don't know. It seems like a lot. It seems like a lot. I got one of my favorite X-Wing players next to me. How many World invites do you think will end up being given out between now and LVO? You got a number, like a number that feels good?
So we got 4 per Worlds qualifiers. It's probably going to be 12 by then, because there's already going to be like...
We've had, we'll end up having 7 in the United States?
Yeah, 7. So more like 15.
Uh-huh.
So that's 60.
Yeah.
And all the store champs.
Right?
Probably 150 to 180.
150, 180. That's
going to be, as everyone's been floating around, I think it's okay, but the 16-person limit thing for the store champs.
True that.
Whether there's actually going to go back and go like, nah, that doesn't count or not.
Oh, that doesn't count? I don't think they'll do it.
I don't think so.
We've rescinded your invitation.
Yeah, fake news, not a real tournament.
Right.
But, that's my, I mean, that's back in the envelope without putting too much thought in it. 180?
180.
The question is, though, we were there. They really do have the ability to expand.
They could.
If they want to, because now that they go to the top, the second floor, there's all sorts of ways they can create more space. They can finally put Armada in the take it out back and put it on the 3rd floor or something.
Yep.
And tell them that they're definitely a real game.
And
then get, more space for the X-Wing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we'll see. I'm curious. And I know that there are some stores that have gotten multiple kits.
A few of the Noble ones do.
Yeah.
And they're going to hold like fall.
Yeah, fall store championships.
They already had one and they're going to do a second round.
Yep. I mean, I was talking with my guys. Like, listen, if they'll just let us, let's get 16 of us together. We'll buy 16 kits, and we'll play 16 tournaments. Play 16 tournaments. It works out. Everybody's going to Worlds.
You get an invite.
I mean, those kits are what, $25, right?
As a matter of fact, I argue they should actually be a little more expensive.
Yeah.
They should be actually trying to, not necessarily turn a big profit, but like.
Make sure not lose.
Like it's at cost.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
make sure they're not losing money on it.
They could skim a little off the top.
Natano1 says, we had too many store championships in Canada. Pretty sure a store can still order one if they want. Fair.
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how hard it is to make those kits. I mean, it can't be that hard. The cardboard's probably the slowest thing to make.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? Because the rest of it's just.
It's cards. Yep.
Not that I'm complaining. I'm just saying. Like,
yeah, it shouldn't be too difficult.
The bottleneck is probably cardboard.
Mm-hmm.
And I just have no idea if that's easy to make or not.
Yeah, I mean, the boxes are printed. All right. Printed. And then it's probably the inserting things into bags. Is that the?
There's a real actual manual labor.
Yeah. Store champs can literally be won by anything. As long as you have 16 people there.
Yeah, even me.
Even I can be a store champion. I mean, eventually, if you hold enough of them in your local area, they'll just start trickling down.
So let's do the other hypothetical. So let's say there's a lot of invites.
Yeah.
And a good chunk of them are there. So last year,
right.
the LCQ put in quite a few people.
Right. Yep.
I don't have any complaints. I thought that was a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
I think the same philosophy is going to be let's fill up Worlds, but if there more Worlds are taken, that thing could be a genuine bloodbath next time.
That could be.
Right?
Like a.
Because it was like 16 are dedicated, but beyond that, it's filling it up. What if there's only 20 slots? What if there's only 30 slots out of a 200 and something?
Yeah, that could be really tough. That's a huge cut. You got to make sure you have stuff for those sad people to do afterwards. Oh yeah. All right. It'll be interesting. I'm excited to see this run up to Worlds, this first full season, and also how AMG is going to tweak their strategy going into next year. Because I like the cardboard stuff, and it's like the customized cardboard is my favorite.
The templates are actually pretty sick.
Yeah, the templates are nice.
Both the Worlds one and then the new set for this.
Yes.
So I hope they do something like, I was going to say some other faction, but realistically Empire, because it's one of the most popular.
Yeah, for sure.
So they should do some sort of Imperial template set. That's
the most popular, yeah. All right, here we go. Range 2 shot. Coming in from Cutie. 2 hits. 2 evades, no damage. Fives now. This is Commander Malrus. Range 1 in the Luke. 1 hit. And safe. Two hits and a crit turns to 3 from Kylo. Big swing, uses the force, but still takes 3 damage. Is that enough? And it sure is. Luke Skywalker's coming off the board. 16-4 is your new score. Going into Hera here from LaHuse. Making it 3. Going at Hera Syndulla. Spends for 2, takes 1. That's our first damage card, down to 1 hull. Guns a-blazing here for Luke on his final shot. Held onto the force because had a simultaneous fire shot. And big money, spend the force, 4 hits, guaranteed to get 1. Too many dice. Retry. And it's 2 shields. Huh? I'm good, Trav. Thanks, man. I appreciate you. And takes 2 damage there on Kylo. Shields down. Bodica reaching for Kylo. Out of arc, though. All right, going into quick draw. Takes 1 shield. Using the ability here. 3 hits back on the bonus attack from quick draw. And takes 1 on Bodica. All right, so it looks like it's 1-2 on objectives. 2 for Mark, 1 for William. Score of 17-6. $17. Love it. Tuyuko says hi from Chile. Hello. Hello, good friend. Hopefully you are enjoying yourself. We're on turn 5. Watching some X-Wing. We got 2 more rounds of X-Wing coming up after this. Players who are 3-1-1 is the minimum to make it, though mathematically that puts you on a really bad back foot to start the Sunday heat. Not recommended is the point. And if you do, then you need some kind of crazy stuff to happen at the top. But basically 4-1 puts you in a good position to have a chance to make that top 4 cut, because it is a cut to top 4. All right, Sunday will be 2 additional rounds of Swiss, followed by a top 4 cut. And they're taking players from the Friday heat and Saturday heat to create the Sunday playoff, essentially. All right, it looks like they had to go back and fix something. I heard him say same result. What turn is this? This is going into turn 5 or 6, if I'm not mistaken. Mark Fogel saying it's impossible. It is definitely tough. What turn is it? Just up there. Yep. So is there a certain faction, maybe a list, if you guys look through the roll better, that you would like to see on stream in these last 2 rounds, or at least in the next one? Does anybody have their eye out for something? They're like, hey, I'd be really interested in seeing this. Jambalaya asking for the undefeated rack list. That'd be good. The other 2-1 scum. That's a good idea as well. There's a Dengar out there. Well, we'll see what happens. Oh, he's 2-1, so that means that he just finished this round. I'll keep my eye out. Just hoping that they don't play against Arcs or Han, you know. Just try to get a little more variety. There's a triple row. I did see that. I almost pulled him for this round, but was playing against Triple Arc, Padme, Anakin, which we had in the second round, so I decided not to take it. Here's the hard turn, going in the bottom. I had enough Han. Yes, I've had enough Han. Babs is playing Vader and the boys. Yeah, he is. I know we got him locally on the stream recently. So it's trying to get a little diversity in our player base. Taking an evade down there. One bank to the right here. And Kylo's now crossing over here with a 3 bank. Yeehaw on that objective. What's Kylo's action going to be here? I mean, at this point, you're just trying to collect objectives, right? Could decide to get aggressive. Maybe try to, there you go, I like it, try to take out Hera. Do you have the 4 Fang list already? We did. Thank you all for your input. I'm glad that we're on the same page, though. That's, you know, whenever I ask you guys for that, it's just kind of getting a feel for, as an audience, where you're at. Yeah, and all those lists are ones that I have my eye on. I have to go back into the archives. Hera, initiative 6. Going to the right. Hard turn. Going to be claiming that top right objective. Looks like Kylo's essentially set up for mostly an exit / be in a safe place that I can't get hurt too badly. And if you really need to, you will be able to get to the objective on the left side next turn. Dion, you are a river to your people. Huh, I've never heard that expression before. I like that. Is that from something? I don't know. And there we go. Quick draw. Zoomy, zoomy, claiming that bottom objective. Actually, that's going to be 3 points. That locks it up. Time has officially been called. We started our clock late, by the way. It's from Lawrence of Arabia. Commander Malrus has 2 health. Going range 3 into Malrus. Single hit. That's not legal, William. There you go. Natties. Here comes quick draw out the back into Bodica. Crit, focus, blank. Fire control, spend for hit, crit, crit. Looks like one's going to go through, but it's a critical. And tried to use Beskar plating, but could not. And Kylo has no shot. Range 2. FO, natties. That's going to clear Bodica off the board. Bodica more like Bidica. Blocks the weapons failure with the Beskar plating for fun on the exit. So William Hayes, semifinalist of the Galactic Championship 2023, going to win this game with a final of 24-7. Congratulations. Thank you to ISO, Danko, Baffle, Trojan, Prophet, Shadow, Tycho, Spice, Raider, Lancer, Fallen, Row 6, 626, Chief, and J-List, our Grand Admiral patrons. And all of our Gold Squadron patrons and community members, thank you for your support. Gold Squadron out.